WWE is slowly being ruined by TKO. I give you my reasons why I feel that way, which includes some WWE breaking news on this episode of Screw the Script. Breaking news is coming out of WWE. I'll throw a face to the name right up here for you guys to look at. I'm going to read off of my laptop, but that's what was her name? Christine Lubrano, if I'm pronouncing that right. Now I'll post what I'm going to read off for you guys to read as well. WWE reportedly cuts multiple staff members Thursday, which was yesterday at this point. According to Mike Johnson at PW Insider, WWE let go of Christine Lubrano, who served as Senior Vice President, Creative Writing Operations. She was among multiple staffers who were reportedly let go on Thursday. The report states the belief is at least 10 to 12 staffers were cut today, possibly more. There were also cuts in several departments, including creative services, photography, and more. Lubrano had been with WWE since January of 2021. Now I'm going to pause there real quick. This is why this is awful, specifically in her situation. For herself, obviously, and then WWE as a whole. Look at that. That's not a coincidence. January of 2021. That's when Raw and SmackDown started to finally get better a few years ago. That's when they really started to see their resurgence in popularity again. After having, I want to say from like 2017 to 2020, those years in WWE were abysmal. They were hard to watch. 2021, when she came in and was basically the head of creative with, who was it, Bruce? I think Bruce Prickard or whatever his last name is. Picard. He's also part of it. But she was the other half of it, essentially. And they let her go. This is awful for WWE. Clearly, this wasn't a Triple H decision. This was more than likely a TKO decision. And this is reason number one why I think they are ruining the WWE right now. I'll go on and read. According to PW Insider, Lubrano was tasked with overseeing all strategic operations for the company's creative division. The Raw, SmackDown, and NXT creative teams reported to both Lubrano and Bruce Prickard, however you pronounce it, who in turn reported to WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Levesque, Triple H. She previously worked at IFC and was the Senior Vice President of Original Programming and Development. Fightful reported this, so all credit goes to, I think Jeremy wrote this over at Fightful. We'll provide more details on departures if and when they are known. So, it's right there. She was a pivotal part of creative these last 4 years. And she's gone. She's gone. There is no way Triple H made that decision. Absolutely not. This was a TKO decision. It was a mistake in my mind. I don't know who else they let go. Probably no one of prominent stature as Christine had. But still, I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We'll see where creative goes from here slowly. I won't be surprised if it starts to trickle down and won't be as good as their storylines had been. For the most part, not everything was a hit over the last 4 years, in my opinion, that some people might have found to be really popular and they liked. I didn't like all of it, but it drew me back in. I went 5 years almost without consistently watching Raw. And over the last year and a half, they really brought me back in. And it's going to be real hard to hold on to that. Now, I brought this up in a previous video. Here's a photo right here that I'll have up. Just reason number two why I think TKO is slowly ruining WWE. I've explained this in my previous video, but I'll just mention it one more time quick. WWE and Netflix is coming out with a new show called WWE Unreal. Basically just exposing kayfabe, and all the mystique of pro wrestling is going to get ruined by this. I mean, you see right there's like a little snippet of behind the scenes. It looks like that was probably at WrestleMania or something. I mean, you see Cody Rhodes down. And right below it says, everybody's good, he's selling. I don't think you can have a world in WWE where they are very storyline driven, storyline heavy product, obviously, because we've seen the statistics. I've shared statistics that their weekly shows, especially Raw, has little to no wrestling on it. It's usually like a third of the show is actual wrestling. The rest is all ads and promos and backstage stuff with celebrities, the stuff that I really think there's too much of in WWE. And now you're getting this. And I just think there can't be a world where you have these storylines that you're supposed to be invested in for months, sometimes even longer, like the Bloodline storyline. But then they're going to come out with stuff like this that exposes those storylines and just diminishes them. It's like a slap in the face to myself and any fan of the WWE. I really don't know how you can defend this, in my mind. In my opinion, you could think differently. I don't know how you can defend this. I really think this is a big mistake. And yet again, I don't think this was a Triple H decision. I certainly hope it wasn't. I really think a lot of the stuff is coming out of TKO. The third reason why I think TKO is ruining the WWE right now, right after the last few years it really got red hot again. And you can make the argument, hey, like supply demand, like it's really high demand right now, so that's why these ticket prices have surged so much. I don't think it deserves that as a full excuse anyways. Maybe partially because inflation and, natural causes like that, sure. But when you got stuff like this, what the fuck is that? That is ridiculous. If you look at it closely, somebody online shared what tickets cost to Raw in Detroit at Little Caesars Arena a few years ago. Section 110, row 4. So not even floor seats or front row for that matter. Seats 1 and 2 of that row, after like taxes and fees and whatnot, was $254.30. Now that's reasonable. That's fine. Look what it is now. Same exact section, same exact row. Seats just slightly over. I don't think that's going to change the prices that much. If you try and argue that, have fun with that argument, but I'm not gonna back that. $929.90, almost $1,000. Basically about $500 a pop for 2 tickets that aren't even floor seats. You're towards the front of the lower section, but you're paying $500 almost for 1 ticket just to Monday Night Raw, where you're going to be staring at a fucking screen for 2/3 of the time. I mean, it's the truth. Raw, last week or 2 weeks ago, had 3 matches and it was almost 3 hours long. The matches totaled, 46 minutes? So you were at a show for almost 3 hours and not even a third of it you are actually watching in-ring competition, and you're paying up the ass with ticket prices. What the hell? And this is a TKO thing. There's no way this was also a WWE decision. This is what TKO does. This is what they have done to the UFC, which has made it really hard for me to watch the UFC over the years, since they really started to take control and Dana White basically did the Vince McMahon approach and sold out, essentially. I really think this is a mistake. And this kind of ties into same topic with ticket prices, but SummerSlam. They're struggling to sell SummerSlam tickets, and for good reason. I think this year they're making it a 2-night event finally, because arguably it is their second biggest show of the year. You could say maybe Royal Rumble's second biggest. These two kind of go back and forth on that matter, but there's reports that it's starting at like $1,400 a ticket just for decent spots, and then going all the way up to $40,000 for they're sold out because it's a limited quantity, but it is called a top tier Elite Plus package, noted with a contact our team button. I mean, that's probably just going to more celebrities that they're going to package and show. Those are probably the people buying it, or people who are extremely wealthy, obviously, because you're paying for a brand new car to go to a wrestling event. It's ridiculous. But even for like the general public, like $1,400, I know it's a 2-night event, but that's basically $700 a night just for nosebleeds. Like, come on. And to compare that, all in for Texas, floor seats are $1,000. $1,000 only for floor seats. But you're charging more than that basically for nosebleeds at where SummerSlam's going to be. It is too one-sided. So those are the reasons why I truly feel like TKO is slowly starting to ruin WWE. Now, is it going to... I'm not going to sit here and say something dramatic saying that it's going to completely destroy WWE. No, it's not. They are the biggest pro wrestling company in the world for a reason. They've been around for many decades for a reason. They will figure it out. I just think they need to figure it out sooner than later. That's all I had for you today on Screw the Script. You let me know down below what you think. Do you think I'm overreacting to all this stuff that's going on in WWE in 2025? Or do you agree with me that, ticket prices are way too high? Them losing arguably their head of creative that has done so much for WWE in the last few years, and all these other things that I talked about on this video, I really think it's a bad direction that WWE is heading. That's all I had for you today. This has been Maverick with Screw the Script. Thanks for watching.